So when I was a kid, I spent most of my days at my mom's parents' house. They taught me to read, taught me math, and the other thing, they just taught me how to be the human that I am today. Sense of humor, and boy is it wicked and dark, but yeah, that's where I get it from, folks, for those of you who know me on a personal level. So what's that got to do with the MidMod movement today? Well, Saturday mornings, we would go down to the bookies, the betting shop, and after we'd read the racing paper, which horse was going to win or could win, right, based on statistics, then you got the math of how much money you're going to bet and then how much money you would get back from that bet. And then we'd come home and we'd watch the start of the race. And you see the horses kind of jockeying around. You know, some would get in the gate, some wouldn't get in the gate. There's always that one milling around and boom, off they'd go. So what's that got to do with MidMod? Well, once again, folks, I'm Alister. I'm the host of the Modern Modernist. And so where are we going with that intro? Well, this house today is 1954. It is a Randy Parks, of which it is like a Randy Parks I've not seen in Sacramento yet. It's a little bit different. And the other, because it is 54, you've got Eichler now sniffing around town. You've got his contractor, Joseph R. Cowden, and they're all sort of jockeying for their place in the MidMod movement. You've got the Streng brothers, who are not here yet. They're still back east. They didn't get into town till 58, started building homes with their Uncle Phil, but they didn't do their first MidMod till 1960. So that's it. It's like, who's going first? Who's going here? Who's this? Who's that? What? Where are we going with the MidMod movement? Like I said, Randy Parks was essentially, I have to say, in this house today, building two styles of homes. So let's walk out here and you can see what I'm talking about, because this looks like a Streng. Has those, see, a little bit different than a Streng, but it's not a Streng. It's a Randy Parks. So welcome. We're gonna go in. This is a 2-bed, 1-bath Randy Parks home that has been some places left alone. Other ways, it has been beautifully updated. So you still feel like, you've got modern, but up to date, but you're living in a mid-century modern home. So let's go. So today we're in a carport, 2-carport, pretty standard stuff. What is interesting about this, you come to the side of the house, there's this little cubby hole. See that? What's that for? Well, there's an electric car charger in a storage room behind there, and you just poke it through the hole in the wall. So, which I kind of like, because you pull in and you're not seeing this like modern box on a house as you drive by. It sort of blends in, right? It's hidden, but it's there, which is kind of a cool nod to technology. If you do own an electric car, you can charge it in this house. So let's step inside. All right, not exactly a MidMod front door, not too bad, we can forgive it for that, but it's something you can swap out. So let's just go straight in. We're in, this is your hallway, standard. Now, if you've been in a Randy Parks, what you know is a traditional Randy Parks, or what he's known for, are his 3-1s. You have 2 bedrooms and a bath downstairs. Upstairs across the garage, there'll be a small bedroom up a little staircase with a slanted sloping ceiling, kind of a weird shaped room. The first video on this channel is a Randy Parks home, in actual fact, very cool. And that's what he's known for. And they're MidMod, but they're not sort of, screaming MidMod like a Streng, like this is, like an Eichler. But, so this is a pretty unique house to see. So we're gonna come into bedroom number 1. I assume this would be the master. This is the biggest of the rooms. Big old room up front, window up front, there it is. So the bedrooms on this are up front. So there is no like low windows looking straight onto the street. They're up high, because you're at the front of the house. There's a closet, and this house, like I said, was built in 1954. So you've got 1954 size closets. People were smaller back then, plus they had less clothes, took up less room. So we come into this little hallway. So let's just, if I like to do this, so you guys can kind of get a feeling of where I am in the footprint of the house. And then we've got bedroom number 2, big window. Now this is on the side of the house, opposite to the carport. So there's a little side window out to the fence, a little more light in this room. And same thing again. We do have a closet. 1954 size closet, but there it is. Now, this house, it does have AC, but there was these houses back then, 54, there wasn't a lot of room made for ductwork to run sort of AC, heating and air, right? So if any of you have been to like a hotel in the Caribbean, I know I have, you got these like little Mitsubishi wall units, they're all over the place. And they actually work really, really well. And for homes like this, they're a great solution. So don't be afraid of them if you see them when you're out there buying Strengs, Eichlers especially. And obviously these types of Randy Parks homes, hallway, closet. There is lots of storage in this house, which you'd think is kind of unusual for 54. They didn't do that kind of stuff, but we've got closets all over the place. This house is been completely updated. It's newly listed on the market. So there is a lot of sort of like leftover contractor bits. You know, there's a drill here, there, can of paint. So just ignore them, pretend they're not there. So bathroom, there's only one bathroom. It's the 50s. We didn't back then do suites and have extras. They just didn't exist. But anyway, this bathroom I like. Ready? First off, there's your tile. There's your tile. Now, this is what I like about this. Ready? It's kind of cool. You're not surrounded with the same color tile. You come over to the wall behind me and it's white. And then it's just that one wall of white tile for walls. But come down, matches the floor. I like that. And then what they've done, see the beams? They've painted them the same color blue as this tile, which I just like with the white walls. It just goes. Bathroom. So here's a cool thing. We've done this before in another house. It was not a MidMod, but I covered contemporary bathrooms. Okay, see that bowl? There it is again. Standard size bowl, smallest available tank. Really opens up these tight spaces. And then this is a pedestal style sink, which I also kind of like because it frees up space and it's not a big old cabinet. Yes, cabinets are nice, but you know, you just kind of like, there's a closet. What's this? It's kind of those compromises, which I think are well worth it. There's a closet right here. Keep all your bathroom supplies in there. When you come in the morning, just grab them, bring it here, boom. Maybe it kind of feels like college, you're on vacation, but you're living in a house where you're sort of, it's a piece of history. You're not just a homeowner, you're a curator, which I kind of like. That's me. Everybody's different. Another thing with this home, there's a coat closet right off the hallway. A little skinny, so you're not gonna have all of your winter coats in there, plus you're gonna leave a little space when you have guests. Lighting in this house, it has gone through, look at that. Very MidMod, I kind of like it. Let's just close the front door. There we go. Keep some of that noise out from outside. Now, kitchen. This is, in this house, my absolute favorite room. And I'll tell you why, because it is 2 rooms in one and it's been designated that way with the decor, which I like. So, we have got, first off, gas stove, dying breed, bit of a dinosaur. Some people don't like them. You know, they say, oh, they're bad, you gotta get rid of them. I love gas stoves. They're just way more better to cook on. Now, this is, remember I talked about, we got 2 rooms in one because of the decor, kind of a separation. So see that kitchen floor? Okay, it's kind of a green floor. You've got this massive countertop behind me. You've got 4 seats. So you've got some dining there at the counter, which I kind of like. I have a thing where I do dinner parties for my friends and I'll stand in the kitchen, cook all night and just sling food across the counter. And so this, for me, this home's perfect for that. And so anyway, so what are we talking about? So we got kitchen counters. Okay, this is, it looks like, it's not a self-poured stone. It's not quartz. Is it granite? It's kind of a stone, but I just like it because it's not Formica, which is what this would have been back in the 50s, but it's a nod to it. And I like that. I like it when you take the time to sort of give a nod to the past, but still have a modern finish. Because at the end of the day, some people, you know, when you're trying to sell a house and you're trying to attract a buyer, not everyone's going to live in the past. They want to look like they live in the past, but not physically be in the past, if that makes any sense whatsoever. So I do like these counters. They're just pretty cool. Drawers. Now, believe it or not, my first degree was culinary arts. Yeah, I know, but I didn't like cooking for a living, so I went back to school. But anyway, so kitchens are my thing. I like kitchens. What I like about this, see the depth of this drawer. Man, there's not a ladle in history on the planet that's gonna get in this drawer, sideways, upside down, whatever it is, and then stop you from opening the drawer. I hate ladles for that reason. That's why I always leave them on the counter. But in this house, I could put them in a drawer, no clutter. I like that. And this is soft close, by the way, folks. Look at them apples. Same thing again, though. These cabinets, they're new. They're not 50s, but they're a nod to the past. Flat surface. There's hardware. Like I said, soft close, I could do that all day. And another thing, my favorite, I'm not a big fan of dishwashers. I know you actually do save water washing a dishwasher, but I like the fact of washing dishes. But, oh well, dishwasher. And it's a Bosch, nice and quiet, can have a conversation while dishwasher's on, which I like. So, big fan of Bosch dishwashers, by the way. So now to what is this 2 rooms in one, Alister? Simple. We've got kitchen, a little bit, 4 seats there. We have a dining room, but it's right off the kitchen. See, we're just gonna walk right into it. And what they've done is, you've got wood floors, so the green floor for the kitchen. If you notice, it stops. So it kind of separates it out. But white cabinets in the kitchen, look at this dining room, gray. separates it out. That's really, really smart because just from a decor point of view, you've got gray, 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 gray. We'll just do this. They walk down into the kitchen, white. That's kind of just, I don't know, I like it. I do. That's to someone with a sense of just when it comes to decor style, really separating out spaces when really you're just in one big giant room. Because watch this. There's your living room, right? And then over there is a TV too, and obviously a fireplace. So we're gonna talk about fireplaces because that is, how on earth do you know, Alister, this is a Randy Parks, not a Streng. So that's what we're gonna come into. Start out with analogy with horse racing, right? And getting ready to go through the gates and who's gonna be the MidMod sort of kingpin, sort of, you know, the premier, not more premier, but the most favored designer in Sac, right? Clearly it ended up being the Streng brothers. They built 3,800 homes. People liked their product. So what's the other analogy? Cans of soup, they're all the same size. That's why they have labels, right? Red and white, Campbell's, right? 2 shades of blue, Progresso. So how can you tell, for the most part, and be reasonably accurate that you're in the right home by looking at a fireplace? You ready? See that? Randy Parks went with, on all of his homes, for at least the ones I've seen so far, this reclaimed brick look. I can guarantee you these bricks were made new back in the 50s from the factory, but they have this like chipped, reclaimed look. Like, you know, if you ran a documentary, stood in the field and like, here stood the, you know, the original Model T factory and we reused the bricks to make fireplaces, you'd be like, oh yeah, you'd believe them, right? So that's what Randy Parks did. So let's have a look at this. That's a Randy Parks fireplace. The other thing that you use in a Randy Parks home is you get these plank floors. So we're gonna get down on the ground. I know. So, right, then we're gonna tilt the camera. See this? Planks. And they're of varying different widths. They're not standard. They're kind of like a fat, a narrow, a skinny, and then a little bit, you know, bend and go up from skinny back to a narrow, and then a really fat one again. They just sort of run uneven as far as across their widths as they pair them up. It's beautifully done. It's very, very cool. And this house, they've been kept. They're original. They've gone through them, which is nice. So, and the way this house has been staged, like I said, we've got living room, fireplace, there's your TV, and there's a desk under the TV. So you're just trying to maximize the space. This is a tiny house. It is a 2-bed, 1-bath. It is a very small house. Now, my favorite thing about this whole house, ready? We're gonna turn around. Look at that window. The other thing about Randy Parks, he puts these massive windows in the backs of his houses. If you go to the first video on my channel, you'll see the 3-1 Randy Parks home with 2 beds downstairs, one bed upstairs. And same thing, different style of window, but he has a massive window that just fills the back of the house looking into the yard. And so we're just gonna stand here because I love that look. So this house does have a skylight. There it is. We're trying to figure out if that was added in. Was it an addition? Was it updated? Not really sure if it was here when the house was originally built, but it is nice. And I like the fact that the wood's left bare and everything else is painted white around it. I like that. Some people are not gonna like it. There's always someone you're not gonna make happy, but I kind of like that. So next up, laundry room. Now, laundry rooms, this is where I struggle with laundry rooms, and you're trying to introduce the future because everyone wants the latest washer dryer. But laundry rooms in these mid-mods, especially Eichler's, Randy Parks homes, sometimes didn't even, his 3-1s didn't really have a laundry room. Your laundry went in the garage, which, you know, today's day and age, everyone wants the laundry room off of the bedroom. Somewhere more convenient. So this is where we struggle. But, and this is how you fix it. This is not what you do, by the way. I know people don't like me to say that, but this laundry room is, you can hear by the echo, the change of my voice, is huge. There's a massive wall back there. It's nice and tall. So what's my issue with this? Well, there is a very modern washer dryer, and they are incredibly deep, their depth. And behind me is a door. See that? Yeah. So how do you fix that, Alister? What I would do in this house, I would have this washer dryer as a stackable, and it would go in this corner straight up. The other thing I would do, the other side of that wall is a utility closet. We're not going to go in there because this house, like I said, it's just been newly renovated, and that house in there is full of stuff. There's no reason to see that stuff. It's just nothing, but it is a storage unit, storage closet. but there's a water heater in there. A water tank. I would actually change that to a tankless to free more space up. You could either put that in this room or you could leave it over there, but I would change it to a tankless. Just some other added features I would do. But like I said, the one thing this house does have is an electric car charger, and it's put in that storage closet. You just throw the cord through the wall out to your driveway, and it's just hidden. And I like that. It's really, really cool. Backyard. So now we're into number one complaint of modern day homes. There's no yard. It's a postage stamp. Like you lean out my window and shake hands with my neighbor. Not in 1954. People understood. People wanted a backyard. So, you know what? Instead of going out this back door, we're gonna go out the slider of that big window because I like the big window. It's kind of fun. So, this yard, it's February in California. There's not a lot of green. There's some grass, there's some cacti. So bear with us. But ready for this? Oh my, that's a chicken coop, by the way. So if you do eat eggs and you see the price of eggs, get chickens. But there we go. Look at that. It is massive. Now there is a frame above my head, which you could cover that with canvas. And now you've got an actual shaded outdoor area. This is a massive patio. Let's go over here and then we'll just show the patio behind me. So see that? The sun's right in our face. I don't know how much light you're gonna see. I can't see anything. But anyway, there is some really cool, there's a side yard. Same thing again, the sun. We're not gonna see that because of the sun. That's the beauty of doing these videos late in the day. But I like it because the weather's nice. That's why we live in California. But anyway, so this yard is huge. Here's the other side yard. And there's a lot of raised beds. For those of you, as you get to know me through this channel, I have a massive green thumb. I keep a lot of house plants. But when my next step is to have my own place. It'll be a Streng, don't worry, I promise you that. But it'll have a big yard. And it'll be probably a pool, definitely. But the other half, it'll be vegetables. We'll grow vegetables for days, because that's what I like to do. And then I have another dynamic, because then we can do gardening videos too, right? Not just all about architecture, are we? So anyway, we are back inside. This house, like I said, it's just listed Friday. It is now Sunday. This house is not me being an agent at all. This is gonna go quick because it is beautifully updated and also very, very, very tastefully restored. And that is key. It really is key for these houses. You could live in this and not feel you're not making any compromises whatsoever to what your expectations of a modern day home. But then on the other hand, you're not going to miss out on what this house's history is. And in 1954, this is year 2 of MidMod coming to Sacramento. MidMod really got its movement here in Sacramento in 53. So this is early days and it's beautifully done. It's just, I can't go on enough. So anyway, so listing agent is a Paloma Bijan. She's been amazing. Thank you very much for letting me do this. If you are interested, my details will be below. Give me a call. This video, this will be up Monday, so it's a day from now. So anyway, reach out, please, if you are interested. Any other MidMods that you're looking at, let me know. I'll be gladly, more than helpful to be a resource, help you find the house you're looking for in Sacramento that's a MidMod. So anyway, once again, thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you, Paloma. Really appreciate this. And once again, you be good to each other, okay, humans? Bye-bye now.